how present is chiropractic in the UK in regards to a career path? Are people even aware of it? Like, it sounds like you were really close to not have ever even hearing
Yeah,
about it.
absolutely.
So is there any awareness amongst high school and college students in the sciences that chiropractic could be a good career path for them? And like, what is the messaging like? I know osteopathy is big out there.
Yes.
I'm sure physiotherapy is big.
Yeah.
How could you help a prospective high school or college student looking to get into healthcare or just looking to make a difference in other people's lives? How can you really not sell them on chiropractic,
Yes.
but how can you introduce them to this
Yeah.
profession and really help them see how it's different?
I know when I graduated, there were at the time about 1,600 chiropractors in the whole of the British Isles. So we've got like 65, 70 million people in England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, etc. There's about now 2,000 chiropractors, I believe now. So you look at the population as a whole, and then you look at the amount of chiropractors that are there to actually serve the community, and it's tiny. So it is a very, very difficult job. And I think a lot of us get into the habit almost of, well, I'm a chiropractor now, I'm going to do my thing. You get your head down, you're in practice, you're working hard, and you just forget to just take a step back and think, like, I didn't think about ever going back to school and telling students this is what I do for a living as a chiropractor, because I was too busy, right? I'm living, I'm in practice, I've got a wife, I've got 3 kids, I've got this and that. So I never took the step back. I think now we've got, like I say, lots of different mediums that we can utilize as chiropractors to put our message out. People will go to what they are exposed to the most. And in this country, we have a fantastic NHS system. And that's very, very closely linked to things like physiotherapy. So of course, people will think, well, if I'm not going to go to my doctor, maybe I'll go and see a physio. And then of course, I think by proxy, it's almost now, well, who else is there apart from a physio? Maybe an osteopath or a chiropractor. But traditionally, I think in this country, chiropractic has been very unilateral, maybe in its perception. So people thought, well, if I don't have a bad neck or back, why the hell would I go to a chiropractor, right? If I've got a musculoskeletal injury or something else, I'll go and see someone else. So the rhetoric is changing, but we have a duty, I think, now to kind of get that across to the public in terms of there is so much more that chiropractic can provide other than what you might think it might be. I really like the fact that in this country, we've got probably 5, I think now, establishments that you can go and study chiropractic at. So we've got one of the oldest, and I think probably the oldest and the largest chiropractic university in Europe, literally about an hour and a half drive from where I am, just outside of London. So, you know, the history of chiropractic in this country and in Europe is fantastic. It's the exposure, Ben. It boils down to the same thing. Do people know that they're there? Probably not. So then it's never going to be an option. So yes, I guess the profession, you know, the regulatory bodies have a duty to make sure that they're well represented in prospectuses and events, etc., etc. But I think as clinicians, we have an obligation to obviously get that message out as well.